Craps. My name is Lucas. It is just now February 20th, and pretty much just got back in the door from fabulous Las Vegas. Had a lot of fun. It was a little different than normal, but this is my trip report. So there's lots of side stories that I'll save for the end. It was an adventure. But the main thing was broke even on craps. I think I was actually $10 to the good, but basically broke even. And I was down $50 on blackjack at the Strat, and just only spent about $40 on slot machines. Had a lot of fun meeting some Craps Nation folks, including Bird Dog and Ting and Sam I Am and Paulie and VDC and CDC. And I saw Mel on the first night, but I didn't get to talk to him, and I didn't make it to any of the meetups, and I wish I had, but it just didn't, it was kind of a little unplanned. So anyway, first night, get into the Plaza, stayed at the Plaza. That was my second stay at the Plaza. I like them. The rates are really good. The room is clean. It's actually a pretty spacious room. Had a king-size bed, very comfortable, nice pillows. Bathroom's a little small. TV's not the biggest thing. The Wi-Fi was full signal over in the South Tower. My brother had said when we stayed there in August that the signal was a little weak in the North Tower, and they weren't able to run the Fire Stick, so I didn't bother to take it. Probably wouldn't have watched too much of it anyway, but there was a strong signal in the South Tower. Bathroom was a little small, and the water pressure was a little weak this time, but it is a clean, spacious room. I was on the 5th floor, right on the level of the tennis courts. Nice view of the North Tower and Circa, and you can start to see the Golden Gate sign and the Fremont Street Experience cover there. And so met up with those guys and in the Golden Nuggets, and I didn't play there, but we went over to Binion's and got on there. They still had that $5 table. It's got partitions, but it wasn't bad. So buy-in for $500. And Ting had a good roll. Bird Dog's kind of short. Mine was only a point set, hit a box hit, and then 7 out. A couple other people's PSO real quick, down $500 in 10 minutes. So not the kind of start you want. A buy-in for another 200. Go down another 100, so I'm down $600. Eventually work it back to 505 and color up. So I was down 195 there. So VDC shows up. Since I've never met him and everybody's wearing face masks, I didn't realize who it was. And they were doing a cool group bet, and he was going to go full press for 20 rolls. He made it to 15 rolls and had all the numbers maxed out, which I think was maybe $500 maxed on each number. It wasn't much, but anyway, they had maxed out the numbers and got a few hits. He made it to 15. But I didn't realize who that was, so I wasn't betting real heavy on it. And the other thing that happened, there was this dude that rolled up beside me, had never played craps in his life, had zero clue about what's going on, bought in for $40, and was really confused and cussed a couple times, got reprimanded. And so finally I start trying to give him some basic idea of how the game works. And the dealers were helpful too with him, but they're busy, so I'm kind of helping him more. He starts mimicking my bets, which I was kind of like, ugh. But we did get a two-way, both of us had a two-way high-low, which hit for the dealers. And he ended up coloring up 150, so he did okay on his first session. Tried to give him some advice. But anyway, I was down $200 on my first session. And that was kind of it for me. I can't remember what we did then. I think we went back to the Nugget for a little while. I went back to the room. It's the first night. I'm trying not to stay up late or get into too much trouble. I had pop-up pizza, which is in the back of the Plaza. Really good, kind of almost deep dish type slices, $5 a piece. And that was good. I went there the second night too, because it was just very convenient, affordable, and it was good pizza. Late night stuff. So, my first full day, even though the bed's comfy, I still couldn't sleep. I wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and can't really go to bed, or can't go back to sleep. So I end up kind of getting up and getting ready. And I've got a list of stuff I want to do. First stop, Frankie's Tiki room. Got over there about 9 in the morning. They were completely empty, but it's a 24-hour joint, so they were nice. It's a cool little spot. He said they usually have a lot of hospital workers coming in at all hours, even early in the morning from late night shifts. I had a 3-rum scum in there, really good drink. This was like a cool stir that was in the drink. It says Frankie's on there, and it's got like what I assume to be Frankie up here at the top, long hair and sunglasses. Pack of matches. I had a lot of cool Uber drivers, which I'll talk about them later. The Uber driver I had from there was kind of the only one that was kind of quiet and didn't say too much, but that's fine. But Frankie's was really cool. I just kind of had one drink, took some pictures, hung out for a little bit, and off to my next stop. Went down to the Strat next, and was there to check out the Craftless craps. I wanted to go up to the observation tower and the lounge and have a drink, take some pictures. The lounge was closed until 4 p.m. happy hour, so that was a bit of a letdown, but I did run into some first-time visitors and told them some things. They were nice. And so I sat down at one of the blackjack tables at the Strat, and just because I noticed it was $5, they have this thing about taking selfies and hashtag Strat selfie or something. So sit down, $5 table, buy in for $200, lose a few hands, was playing for the dealer. He seemed to be like new, but he was doing okay. We got quite a few hits for him, but I noticed it was an automatic shuffler table, which I didn't even realize that when I sat down. He was putting say just a few hands of cards right back in the machine. So I did not like that. I like the shoe game a lot better. I'm not a fan of the pitch game. I kind of asked him. He's like, yeah, right there's the pitch game, and behind me is the shoe game. So another couple sat down and they were playing, and I was in the middle and they had sat down on either side. And I wanted to smoke, so I was like, I'm going to leave this table, go smoke, and not bother them, and I'll come back and go to the shoe game. But I ended up going to the Craftless craps table. There was a guy that was shooting there by himself, and he was doing pretty good. He would have a good roll, and then like a short roll, and a good roll, and then a short roll. So I had my $150 for my $200 buy-in, down $50 from blackjack. Same thing, I went up and down. It's kind of a bouncy surface, but it's not like a bad table. One thing I will say is that the 2, I noticed, pays out 25 for 5 on the box number, which I thought that's quite a ripoff because of how hard it is to hit that 2. The guy that was shooting pretty well, he set a 2. I had stuff across, and I put $50 odds on the 2. Thinking if he happens to get this 2, that's going to be a pretty good payout. Didn't happen. My rolls were mostly short. I had one good roll, but I couldn't get past like five rolls maybe. Mostly playing 110 inside for 2 to 3 hits, and then down to minimums, and then take me down all the way. But I managed to get back to 150, even money, colored up. I've played Craftless craps. It's okay. I prefer the old school game, the standard game. But the dealers were nice there. At first they only had the pit boss and one dealer, and I went to stick left 1, and they wanted to put me down at the end until they got another dealer, so I just kind of walked off. But I stood there and waited, and pretty soon they had a dealer there, so jumped in there. But they were nice. They were good dealers. They were friendly. Next stop was the Bonanza gift shop, which is just 2 blocks down the street. Went there and just basically got some postcards. What I've been doing on a lot of my trips with my daughter and other trips is I buy postcards and go to say Goodwill and get, one of those 4 times frames, and I spray paint it whatever color I want and use postcards. Nice little thing for very, very cheap. So that was a quick little stop. Cool. All right, I'll tell you about this Uber driver. he had kind of a Latin Spanish accent, and he was telling me some really good tips about places to go, good restaurants, best Mexican restaurant in town. He liked the comedy clubs like I do. He recommended Rio, and they have a $25, if I remember correctly, $25 all you can drink. He's like, you go in there and you just start pounding drinks, and then when you get done with that, you should go to Chica Bonitas. And what he said was, the girls don't follow the rules there. And he said something about a ping pong ball. So, funny driver, cool driver. He didn't know about Champagne's. That was my next stop. I was going to Champagne's. It was on my list as kind of like a historic spot, known for being a Rat Pack hangout, and Tony Spilotro, Frank Collada, kind of old school hangout. Classy joint, small, 24 hours, but really friendly. Valerie, the bartender in there, was really sweet, nice, talked to her a bunch. And the locals that were in there were really friendly. Talked to Rachel and Robert and Laura and Toby. And they were just really nice, and, they ended up, helping me take some pictures. I take a picture of my champagne cocktails. Had a few of those. And then, we started buying rounds for each other and stuff. And it was just laughing and joking, having a good time. I ended up being there like 6.5 hours. That was basically my whole day. It was like dark when I got out of there. And crazy enough, when I get out, the only car in the parking lot is the Uber driver that had dropped me off. Now, he was not inside the bar. I hadn't seen him, but it was a very distinctive car. And I was like, well, that's crazy, because earlier he said, never heard of the place, never seen it, didn't know where it was. And I know that was his car. So that was interesting. But that was pretty much it for me. Oh, yeah, and there was another couple, like an older couple that came in with their old enough to drink daughters, and they were the only other people in the bar. And so bought them some rounds. And then, the dad came over and talked to me for a while, quite a while, like at least a half hour. And we're just talking about life and telling stories, and he was just a real friendly guy. I don't remember his name, but they were just nice folks. So yeah, that was it for me. Back to the plaza, pop-up pizza, a couple slices, a couple drinks in the room, and I'm out. So the next day, this is going to be Thursday, and I strolled down Fremont, and the day before I went to Frankie's and Champagne's, Hash House A Go-Go in the plaza, 2 eggs special, $10 with hash brown, like potatoes, bacon, toast, a big slice of lime, orange slice for $10. And I, got scrambled with cheese. It was definitely more than I needed, and a really good deal for $10. Got an orange juice, wanted an orange juice, ordered a medium orange juice. It was good. Noticed on the bill later, $6. It's kind of an expensive orange juice, but whatever. But I like that place. It's a good deal. And it was convenient. They weren't taking reservations. It was pretty easy to get into. Especially I was right there at 8 a.m. right when they opened. So let's see. The next day. Oh yeah, so the next day, strolled down Fremont Street, went out to the El Cortez, was going to try their prime rib. It says $14.99 outside. I might have been in the wrong place. I was in Siegel's, and everything was $22, $24. So I thought, I'm going to go down to Ellis Island and try their prime rib. Of course, I got some dice. The dice in the El Cortez in the gift shop are like 80 cents a pair. Or maybe they were 88 cents each. It was $6 for about 6 dice and, handful of matches. But they're good. They are not beat up. They're canceled dice. But there's really no scratches on them. There's really almost zero wear on the corners. So that's a good deal. That's a good souvenir. And good for me. Fresh dice for real cheap. So, what did we do there? What was that? Let's see. Oh, yeah. So I get to Ellis Island. It was about 10:15. Really fun Uber driver. This kind of older lady, she was telling me that she liked the spiked eggnog at Ellis Island during the holidays. And she was just real flamboyant and funny character, and a really nice ride talking to her. Nice lady. So I get there, it's 10:15. They're not serving the prime rib till 11. sit at the bar, put $5 in the video poker machine, and they give you drinks. They make their own beer there, of course. The amber ale was really good. I had a few of those for nothing. I got some dice from there. They are also really clean, sharp, pretty blue die. Put a napkin in there so that they don't get scarred up. But they're nice. They're a real nice, clean die. These are shiny, where these have that frosted kind of edge to them. Nice little joint though. So anyway, I get the prime rib, get another amber ale, really good server, baked potato, nice crunchy green beans, and it was a good meal for like $15. I ordered it medium. It was medium for most of the way around. The edges were a little more well done, but it was really good. Au jus, horseradish. It was really good. So by then I've talked to Bird Dog again, and they're going to head down that way. And so they show up, him and Sam I Am, and Ting gets there a little bit later, and we're playing craps and, having beers at the video poker. And the dealers at the Ellis Island were really helpful, calling us by name, very helpful staff. Pit boss is pretty good. We end up being there all day. And they end up comping our meal, so we go to the same place, Village Pub. This time I had New York strip and steak and French fries. That was about $15 on the menu, but it was comped. They took good care of us. I had a nice conversation with those guys. Paulie was there by then. I think his name was Paulie. So we're talking to Ting, Sam I Am, nice guy. Just had a really nice meal. Bird Dog's son showed up. Will Smith came in, who was on Bird Dog's video the other night from when they checked in and got down to Circa for a little bit. And also VDC and CDC came down. So I got to meet them, talk to them a little bit. I didn't get back on the table. I was just watching them play and having beers at the bar right there beside the table. And that place was jumping, man. That was like pre-shutdown stuff. It was packed. It was fun. Everybody was having a good time. And I highly recommend that off-strip right there on, I guess it's on Koval and kind of near Koval and Flamingo, east of the strip. Highly recommend, is affordable, like I say, free drinks at the bar, free drinks at the table. Dealers were good, comping meals, good food, good atmosphere, packed. So basically, I got out of there, another nice Uber ride home. Young guy asked me about tattoos, and I've had a few beers, so telling him as much information as I can. And he was a good kid, young guy, and more pop-up pizza. A couple big slices of vegetarian pizza, a couple drinks in the room, and I'm out. I got to check out and travel the next day, which is Friday. So I'd been thinking the whole time, like, I want to go 600 across, 604 across one time. See if I can get a hit, see if I can get presses, see if I can make a few $100 real quick and get out. But at this point, I'm flat even for the trip. And so I can just walk away even, had a good time, or I can maybe lose $600 on one roll of the die. So I'm getting ready, and I think, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy in for $400. I'm going to do a little 110 inside, a little 135 across. Just maybe see if I can make 100 or two. Nothing crazy. I've got 30 minutes to play, and then I got to get something to eat, and then I got to check out and get down to the airport. So I literally played for about 15, 20 minutes. Had a short roll, get down a little bit, had a little bit longer roll, get ahead, used profits to just go like 64 across, got my 400 locked up, lose that, have to go back into the 400 again, go probably I think 110 inside, couple hits and down, back to 44 inside or 64 across, something like that. Couple hits and lose it, and basically I've got one thing. I've got literally exactly $64. Put that across, 0.7 out. I mean, I made some dealer bets, didn't hit any of those. They're helpful dealers there at the plaza. They were good, and the reason I chose them is I'd stayed there before, but also on New Year's Eve when Las Vegas decided not to do fireworks, the plaza did their own fireworks, and I thought that was super cool of them. Pomsey has a good video about that. So basically broke even, had my $400 locked up, colored that up, went back to Hash House A Go Go. This time I got the avocado and bacon cheeseburger, big order of fries, and they got me in there right away. Food was good. And I pack up my stuff. I kind of already had it packed. I just got to go to the room and grab my bag, make sure I've got everything. Hit the airport, had another cool Uber driver this guy was telling me about, living in El Paso, which I told him that's where I met my buddy Bird Dog. He's from El Paso, and he was talking about, dipping across to Juarez and this and that. He was also telling me he wanted to move him and his wife out to North Carolina, so I was telling him about that. He was a really good guy, turns out. Pro-Trump guy. He's like, I don't like everything he said, but he was honest and things were doing good and everything, and so said he didn't want to get political, but he definitely told me a whole lot of stuff. He was going on and on. But that's always interesting to talk to people, and I thought it was cool that he was considering moving to North Carolina. So that was really cool. Oh yeah, there's some Craps Nation chips that Bird Dog gave me. That was cool. So here's my dollar chip from Ellis Island, $1 Binions, $1 Strats. I didn't pick up a Plaza chip this time. Just broke flat, perfectly even on that one. So this drink menu from Champagne's, and I bought this shirt. They gave me this shirt, and also I had a connecting flight in Detroit this past evening. Normally I go through Dallas. I accidentally booked it through Detroit. Thankfully I did that because I heard they're either delayed or canceled flights and stuff. So quick layover in Detroit, just long enough to go to the gift shop real quick and get back on the plane. But I got my daughter a shirt and all the Las Vegas shirts I'd like for her. Didn't have her size or anything, couldn't quite find one, but I found that. So got a few stickers, same thing with the postcards. My brother's a Tigers fan, so I got him a postcard of the stadium and fridge magnets. And so had a blast. Wasn't exactly how I planned. I didn't make it to the Strip at all. Didn't really play on Fremont at all, so kind of wasn't what I had originally planned, but I did have fun meeting all those guys and spending time with them, and what a great group, and what nice people, and that really made it between meeting them, and nice dealers, and, friendly, informative Uber drivers, a lot of fun. So, thanks for watching, and good luck.